You can see the lettuce seed that I planted several days ago has sprouted. It's got little cotyledons, which are the first leaves that come up. Cucumbers come up very quickly and very large. They're growing all very well. Seemed the Armenians had a couple that didn't pop, but they might still come up. Whenever you get a cell that the seed doesn't come up, keep watering it for about another week and it might still pop. Some seeds are more stubborn than others. Over here you can see all the carrots and the peppers. Nothing has come up out of that, but they both take a while. The lettuce from my first batch is doing well. And then cabbage has about one more day before I transplant it to small half-pint cells. I'm transplanting these cabbage plants today. I have a total of 48. Looks like 6 times 8, 48. So I have 48 pint containers, or half pint containers. Actually, I guess they are 1 pint containers. See, about that big. Too large to start these plants off in these. That's why I'm transplanting to them. If you notice, any of these kind of containers or plastic that's thin that you keep in the greenhouse, you don't want to do that in the middle of the summer. You can see where it got heat warped like an old vinyl record. Still usable though. I might pitch it out this season, get some fresh ones. So to transplant these, they gotta be delicate. I have a bucket of some leftover soil that I made up a few days ago. Re-wetted it a little bit. Start off by getting a little bit in there. Probably fill it about halfway full. Actually, these are pretty tall, so only about a quarter of the way full, like so. Get one of these trays out. Start off with this green cabbage. Now, what I do to get these out is you take a couple of fingers below where you're going to go, and then you push the bottom out like so. A lot of times the roots get caught up in the holes. You just got to be careful. Get it out of there. Don't want to do it when the soil is really dry. You can see all the little roots. And then with one hand, I'll do it over in this corner. With one hand, I kind of carefully hold it even, and then the other hand, roll some soil into there. Shake it in there. You don't want to bury the stem. It'll rot it out. You got to be delicate with these small plants. These actually, I think I'm going to give them a watering before I transplant anymore. Soil in there is a little bit dry. it looks a little wet, but you can see how crumbly it's coming out. It'll be pretty loose just because of the mix I'm using. This will help get it together a little bit. I already watered it once this morning, just a little bit. Here's a little squirt each one. Might help it slide out a little easier too. Let's see. You kind of have to take your fingers and sandwich the stem and pull on it. Yeah, that made it come out a bit better. You can see where the roots are colonizing the bottom very nicely, nice and bright. It's a very delicate operation. Don't feel bad if you tear a plant up first time trying to do it. Get a little bit of shake. Anything that's really loose, back down. On to the next one. You'll feel a little bit of the roots snap that are caught up in the bottom, but it's all right. It's going to happen. Now you could let these plants grow a little bit more and they would toughen up a bit and be easier to transplant, but it's always best to keep the roots running through the soil so it never gets bound up. And too, if you let them get bigger, you're going to start having to water them more frequently, sometimes, maybe twice a day. But as long as you pull them out and it's holding the soil mostly together, it's ready to go. My usual rule of thumb too is if the plant stem is tough enough to pull on it and pull the plant from its container, and the roots are grown to the very bottom, going around, it can get another container. See, I got some of this dirt in this tray. Try to avoid getting any dirt in the tray. I actually could be doing this on a separate table. And then cleaning that up. And you can choose to reuse these containers or not. You see, after crinkling them like this a few times, they're going to get tore up. See, there's a stick you don't want. Add some soil to one side. Add some soil to the other side. Give it a light shake. I'm already getting, maxed out space with this. I have another shelf section so I can get 8 of these trays across. I'm definitely gonna have to get more of those styrofoam panels so I can keep the light in and the plants on the edge don't get starved of light. Alright, I'm gonna continue doing that until I get all these cabbage transplanted. I'll take a look at all these little guys going. And you can see I got about 3 trays full. And this will be the last container, most likely, that I have to transplant the cabbage into. They'll go into the field about a month underneath frost covers. Also too, you can see I got carrots finally coming up. Really small. And probably the next thing they'll have to get transplanted is this first batch of lettuce and then cucumbers. You can see I'm going to take up a lot of space. Probably have to bring another one of these shelf sections down. I have the light on full blast now because it's so much space, but I'll go pick up four of the styrofoam reflective boards that are 8 by 4 feet. Get the thick ones if you're going to get them too. They'll hold up better and last a long time. Put those around it, raise the light up just a smidge, and then it will fully illuminate this entire area well enough to keep them growing for the outside.